Good afternoon, and thank you for allowing me to present today about our project of natural hydrogen and helium. And thank you to the organisers and to Morgans for putting on this event. So Neil McDonald, I'm the Managing Director and co-founder of Gold Hydrogen, and we started this journey 3 years ago. And it was on the back of looking for projects that are going to make a difference. And what we did is we came across a project of naturally occurring hydrogen in the ground as opposed to man-made hydrogen. And I'll go through that now. We listed a year and a half ago. We've got 160 million shares on issue. We've had a good success. We've got great results, and I'll go through some of them now. Now it's back. So, natural hydrogen as opposed to man-made hydrogen. So man-made hydrogen, you need to mine the materials, you need to manufacture the solar panels or wind farms, you need to erect them on the land, then you need water, you need a bit of hydrolysis machine to make 1 kilogram of hydrogen. In 1930s, the state with syndicates were looking for oil and gas in South Australia and the Yorke Peninsula, which is that green permit area. They were unsuccessful in drilling 3 wells, found no petroleum, no gas, no oil, but what they did find was up to 90% purity of hydrogen. We have gone in there last November and twinned the existing well, drilled a second well, and we have up to 95.8% purity of hydrogen, but also what we believe is, and can't find any better, but 17.5% purity for helium. That's at world-class levels in a non-petroleum system. The green permit's granted. It's about 7,800 square kilometres. The other areas there that you see are applications exclusive to us. We've got a total area of 74,000 square kilometres. We have scale. There's infrastructure. I'll see if that pointer can work. Sorry, I might have got someone in the eye there. Whyalla. The government is committing $600 million to a hydrogen energy turbine and a hydrogen hub there. They need hydrogen, and I'll come more to it. Whyalla is also doing green steel, go from coke and coal to use hydrogen. The pipeline to Adelaide, the government changed the legislation to allow up to 10% of the total capacity to be hydrogen. The market's moving, big area, and I'll keep moving through with the presentation. So what also people don't appreciate is that apart from confirming our historical results and getting these world-class results to date, those other areas with the circles in blue and green, we went to the core shed of South Australia and we got, for the hydrogen as an example, we took 46 rock chip samples from previously drilled mineral holes from the 60s through to the 2000s and just randomly took rock chips, got them tested in international laboratories. They confirmed hydrogen in those fluid inclusions and those circles, plus helium to that amount. And you'll see that it's extensive. We're also doing 650 line kilometres over that permitted area now to delineate the extension of where the hydrogen and helium is, to get further traps to identify where it is. Now, hydrogen. Politically and environmentally, the world is moving to hydrogen to be part of the energy mix and the mix for industrial and transportation. That's the fact. So it's a matter of what mix it will be and how big the mix is. Australia, as you all know, is an export country. Our project has scale to be an export of hydrogen and helium. Our hydrogen numbers that you would have seen on the front screen is 1.3 billion kilograms of hydrogen. That's enough to power, that's a That's our 50% best estimate. That's enough to power South Australia for 40 years. So we have an enormous amount, and the upside, and that's over one permit, over a small area of that one permit. The helium, we have a best estimate of 41 BCF of helium. And I'll go through more of that. The world consumes approximately 5 BCF a year. Again, we are a non-petroleum system where a well hole goes into the ground. We don't cover the land, we don't have to use water, and we're a low-cost producer, which I'll come to. So I've gone through it. There's a huge investment worldwide into hydrogen. Europe are converting gas generators to hydrogen generators. They're also allowing hydrogen to go into the pipelines. They're connecting to it. I've been in Japan recently presenting. They're committed to a hydrogen economy along with their LNG. Coal will be phased out as time goes on, and hydrogen's becoming a part of the mix worldwide. And this is part of the reason. Hydrogen, when it's burnt, produces no emissions. It's clean. It just produces mist or water. That's why the world likes it. Now, we're in the energy industry. The world needs energy. The world needs reliable energy, needs clean energy and affordable energy. That's what society is based on. Hydrogen will be part of the mix, as I said. You'll see there, just here, green energy. You probably heard green hydrogen. You probably heard about green hydrogen. I went through a little bit before. You have to mine the materials to make solar panels, make the solar panels, put them on the land, build a hydrolysis machine, use water. To make 1 kilogram of hydrogen, these companies might be spending hundreds of $millions in infrastructure costs before they make 1 kilogram. Our hydrogen is already stored in the ground. Mali in Africa has been producing natural hydrogen for over a decade and powering the town. Based on their data and what we know it costs to drill a hole in the ground to produce hydrogen, $1 a kilogram, as opposed to over $6 a kilogram for man-made hydrogen. So hydrogen is part of the energy future, and we will be a low-cost producer. Helium. I've touched on a little bit of helium before. Apart from party balloons and squeaky voices, helium has a huge demand for medical technology, MRIs, imaging, the space industry, industrial applications, and supercomputers. It's also the best cooling agent you can find for nuclear fusion and the like. Bill Gates and Bezos Bill Gates put in $95 million over a year ago, and Bezos, with Cosmo Investments, $250 million US in November, to an American private company that are exploring for natural hydrogen and helium. This is where the world's going. This is why these commodities are sought after, especially in a non-petroleum system. Now, to date, we listed a year and a half ago, we have undertaken seismic reprocessing of historical data. We've done airborne magnetic surveys confirming where the hydrogen and the helium locations will be. We've updated our resource reports. We've drilled 2 wells. We're planning to drill more wells. We've got good results, and we're going to keep going along with the path. We put all our money into the ground. Now, why is hydrogen there? Iron-rich rocks, degrading uranium, seawater, high salinity seawater, warm temperatures. The water and the iron-rich rocks and the conditions create hydrolysis, splits the water, the hydrogen migrates to the surface, and then it's trapped by a limestone cover. That's why it's there. I just touched on it before. We have an enormous resource, best estimate, 50%, for hydrogen of 1.3 billion kilograms. That's over a small part of our granted permit, not all the other 77 permits we have in that area. Helium, as I said, 41 BCF. They're independent prospective resource reports prepared. Those results there, for the technical people in the room, you'll see that's the logs, but what I want to come to here is that's the limestone. That Kolpara section there, that's 180 metres thick. That's where our helium is. It's a 180 metre thick helium zone. We to date, from November since we drilled, we have seen hydrogen and helium into the wellbore and to surface. Currently now, we are commencing our stage 2 testing to learn how to maximise and optimise for the future and now extraction of helium and hydrogen to surface. You'll see here, we got an MDT sample there for the helium. That's world justification techniques and equipment to test. That was undertaken by Schlumberger. 17.5% was our helium from that spot. These other spikes are all the helium spikes. I've gone through a lot of this. We've done a lot of sampling, a lot of testing. It's there. We're working our way through. Moving forward, we wish to go to proof of concept and of both hydrogen and helium, use the hydrogen to convert to electricity, bottle the helium and start going into commercialisation from a small scale. That's some of what I've been talking about already. Moving forward, learning how to optimise and extract the hydrogen and helium to surface in volume, get the results of our 2D seismic program to delineate the regional extent of how big our play is, and then move towards the pilot programs, as I said. Pretty much covered that at the moment of what we're trying to achieve. We have gone from a binary outcome a year and a half ago. We are de-risking it. We're moving along. More work to do, but there's plenty of upside. And just to go through our team, I'm the co-founder, managing director. Roger Cressy's in the room here as well, if you haven't seen him at the booth. Experienced engineer in the gas energy industry. Carl, our company secretary, been around this industry for a very long time. Josh, the same. Frank Glass, our chief exploration geologist, has been with Shell for 25 years. He's joined us because of this opportunity. And then our board, Alexander Downer, former Foreign Affairs Minister of Australia for a very long time. His electorate was part of this area. He's a South Australian, very well world connected. We are getting enormous international attention from the large companies because this is a game changer. So he'll be very handy. Again, Kate. And that's it. Thank you for your time today. And I'll be at the booth if there's any further questions, and hope you've had a good conference.